Okay, today we're here with Lilly Chen, who's the founder of Brainstory, and we're going to talk about how Lily's been using Warmly. It'd be great
Cool.
to hear a little bit about your background and how you guys are set up.
Yeah, so my personal background is I used to be a software engineer at Facebook Reality Labs, which is now known as Meta. So very deep in the AI infrastructure space. One of my side projects went viral and there was like some news pieces about it, and that's how we got venture funding. So we became a venture-backed company
So,
in 2021. Yeah, and we were originally building a different AI tool. And we kind of realized that one of the internal tools that we had made for ourselves was getting a lot of traction, and we decided to spin it out. That is Brainstory. Brainstory has a product-led growth motion, very bottoms up. I would say that the average user these days tends to be developers, product managers, designers, but typically they work at a tech company.
hmm awesome. And then how about the company itself? How many people? What's the go-to-market? What's the tool stack? Things like that.
Yeah, so we have 8 full-time people and a couple of like contractors and stuff like that.
hmm
Um, we we again it's product led growth, so it's very bottoms up focus. The way we try to do it is we have this single player mode where individuals will try Brainstory, they really love it. Those people we reach out and say like, hey, you should try using this at work. It would be cool if you used it at work.
Right.
And then within an org, once we reach a certain number of people who've signed up with an organization email,
Right.
we then try to reach out to like their VP or the director, whoever makes sense, and be like, hey, like 20 people in your company are using this product. Would you like to try to
Yep.
consolidate this and get enterprise? So it's bottoms up with a sort of top down hands motion.
Right. Okay. And how many people in sales and marketing?
Just me, I guess. I'm the founder, right? So I guess it's everything
Yeah.
there falls on me.
How about the other tools that you use? Like what's CRM, email engagement, maybe that stuff, outreach.
Uh, yeah, so we've tried a lot of things. I
hmm
think that because we're not professional marketers, I think being an engineer first, we've tried, let's see, Segment, Google Analytics. We are Google Workspace based, so like
Yeah.
anything that's in the Google family, we've tried. We also tried Pendo. Pendo is sort of like a landing page conversion tracker.
Yeah.
We've done HubSpot.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think those are all tools that we've tried and nothing has stuck. I think we used Pendo the longest, but
Okay.
I never really felt like I got value from that product.
Interesting. Okay. Got it. And so before you bought Warman, what problem were you trying to solve?
So we keep running into the issue where we're like, okay, we know that our landing page gets a ton of hits. We can tell that traffic from Netlify, which is what we use to deploy our landing page.
Uh-huh.
But we have no clue anything about the people who visit it. We can break it down by geographic region, which is not that helpful. Like
Right.
knowing if they're from America or not is not that helpful. And so we've been running into this issue where people are like, hey, I've been sharing your landing page. Do you know if like the link I'm sharing is getting conversions? Do you know like you should expect somebody from like this company to visit your page. And I'm like, I can't actually tell if that happened or not. So
hmm
so that's
hmm
basically for us, it's really about trying to find the right person
Mm.
because we actually get a lot of views on our page. We're an AI,
Mhm.
right now AI is so popular. So we get a ton of people who just visit the landing page and then do nothing, right? Or they even sign up for the product and then do nothing. So we don't want to interact with those people at all, actually. If you are just like the kind of person who's just signing up for all the AI tools just to try them, this is not a good fit for us because we are looking for a very specific type of persona. We have a specific go-to-market motion. So what I love about Warmly is that it tells me exactly who's visiting my page, what org they're from, and that makes it really easy for me to figure out like, oh, this would be a good person for me to reach out to in a
Mhm.
warm way, as opposed to, cold outreaching people and being like, hey, do you want to check out my websites? It'd be great if you checked it out.
Yeah. No, it totally makes sense. They're thinking about you when they're on your website. They're at least researching you. So, um, have you considered other solutions before buying Warmly?
To be honest, I actually did not know that you could do something like this. I didn't know it was possible, so I couldn't look it up because I didn't think it was possible. I'm
Yep.
actually still not, I have no clue how Warmly works. It's complete magic to me.
Got it. Are you on the free tool or are you on some sort of paid tier right now?
We're currently on the free tool, but we already maxed out our warm leads for the week, within like the first day of using it. 'Cause like I
Right.
said, our landing page So it gets
Traffic.
a ton of traffic. Yeah,
Okay,
it's traffic is not the issue for us. So I think we'll have to do that pretty soon, maybe today.
got it. Um, what would you say is the first time to value?
Oh, it was instant. I saw my own data come. So I connected warmly, and then immediately, I was the first person to show up because I wanted to test it, right? So I go to my landing page, and I
Hmm.
saw my own LinkedIn profile come up
Oh,
in the warm accounts thing, and my brain went, "What the fuck is this? Are you serious?
yeah, that's
Like,
wild.
how did you guys know?" Like, immediately, I was like, "Oh my God, if you can do this for other people who show up on my landing page, like,
Yeah.
you're good. You're in business."
Okay. And then, what would you say in general? I know you said that you get to know who the accounts that come to your page. What would you say the value of Warmly is for the business?
For our business,
Yeah.
um, like right now, like examples of this is that I'm seeing some tech companies come up on this list that we've never reached out to. And we
Hmm.
know that they probably are signing up on a personal email. So this is a very common
Uh,
workflow for us. Well,
yeah.
people will sign up on a personal email, but they work for a company, obviously. They just use the personal email first.
Yeah.
This gives us an idea of like what that company actually is. Because what happens is we don't know. We don't know until we reach out to them and say like, hey, we noticed you're being a super user. Like, would you like to try it at work? And then they inform us what company they work at.
Right.
Getting a head start into knowing what that company is allows us to build that relationship in advance so that when we eventually get to this conversation down the road of like an enterprise contract or stuff like that, the relationship is very, very warm. And I think everybody knows that in sales, it's just way easier to do to close when they're like, oh yeah, we've been chatting for months. They never tried to sell me anything like months ago. And so
Hmm.
like this is just like a very organic, natural thing. I think we want that sales process being very product-led growth. Like that's what we
Right.
want.
Understood. Okay. So it's trigger based. Know the company, build a relationship early. Makes sense. What would you say? Like, I know it's still probably early, but approximately the ROI of Warmly might look like. Like maybe what was the response rate before on the emails that you sent, and how about now?
Oh, I mean, we were we it was so demoralizing sending cold emails that we actually had to stop doing it. That's how low the response rate was.
Yeah.
Is that like you just feel bad about yourself because you're just like, no one's gonna
Yeah.
read this. You know this because you don't read your cold emails. So why are you sending them? Right?
That's
Like
so.
how many cold emails do you respond to? I don't respond to any personally. Um, so like we even stopped doing it. That's like how bad it got. I think what makes me feel good about Warmly is that like I know you have visited. I know you spent time reading about it, checking it out. So when I
Yeah.
reach out, this is not going to be like a
Cold.
instant spam. This is not a spam email, right? So I think it's a big deal for my type of founder as well. If you're not like a salesperson to start, and I was like, I would say deeply technical. It wasn't even like client facing. I was building infrastructure, so it was DevOps,
Yep.
meaning I only interacted with other engineers. Like
Yep.
sales and outreach is like super scary for me. I'm terrified of it. I am really introverted. I don't like talking to other people.
Yeah.
So having that warm connection is very meaningful to me.
Nice. Awesome. Any last bits of advice for people who are considering using Warmly?
You know, it's funny because the Warmly landing page feels very salesy. And I'm going to say this to you, Alan, like really transparently, like it feels
Yeah.
very salesy. When I look at it, I think it's something I'm not going to like because I'm like, oh my God, it like so I'm allergic to sales tools, right? As a developer, I feel like a lot of people feel that they're like allergic to sales. Um, and
It's good
it was
feedback.
probably because I trust Max so much. Max is your co-founder.
Yeah.
Um, and Max was like, no, seriously, like you have this problem and I like promise you that Warmly's gonna fix it. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what, Max, you've never steered me wrong in my
Huh.
life. I will trust you. I'm gonna download it. Because I've known Max actually for like years and I did not download it. Because like I look at the landing page, it just doesn't feel like it's gonna be for me. So what I would say is that if you're a tech founder, especially like you're, developer first, you have that allergy to sales, maybe you're a bit introverted like I am,
Yeah.
I would try Warmly. I think that it makes it so much easier to start a conversation. You have to do sales. You have to do it, no matter how much of an engineer you want to be. Like you have to do sales. Um, so that's what I would say. Shout out
That's
to all
fair.
my tech founders out there.
All right. That's good feedback for me. I got to go back and revisit the landing page. Thank you. We could be
Sorry.
doing more.
Sorry.
I like it.